codex-loving Imperial Fists Successor Chapter. Feels weird to say, but it's true. Unfortunately, they were mostly destroyed during the War of the Beasts, and the remaining members were sent to other chapters. They were nearly completely destroyed by orcs and Imperial Nihilists, but the last 20 Marines were saved by an Indomitus Crusade fleet and were given what they needed to rebuild their chapter and create Primaris Marines. They venerate their Primarch to the point of obsession. They also have a rivalry with the Ultramarines in their successor chapters because they believe that Dorn and Guilliman were rivals. As a fan of the 4th, I find this hilarious. A chapter that is similar yet different to the Black Templars. They also revere the Emperor as a god, but mainly focus on protecting pilgrims on their way to holy sites. This chapter performs the 3 S's: Scout, Secure, and Subjugation. Resistance is quickly crushed under aerial and orbital attacks. They won an event known as the Feast of Blades on 2 consecutive occasions. It's basically a competition between some of the Imperial Fist Successor Chapters. A group of them fell to chaos and are being hunted down by the rest of the chapter. A chapter that follows in their founding chapter's footsteps, and have a rather complicated relationship with their own Librarius. A chapter that prefers quick, decisive action, and are more similar to the White Scars than the Imperial Fists. Speaking of more similar to the White Scars, we have these bikers who likely race with them whenever they meet, and that is now headcanon. A fan chapter made canon, and look, let's be real here, if you haven't heard about them, then you're completely new. In which case, hello, welcome to 40k, and I'm so sorry that my video is your first exposure to the hobby. This chapter had liberated some worlds, and were last seen protecting said worlds around the Eye of Terror. Ew. Truly proud, noble sons of Dorn, with the gene seed to match. It's completely absurd to think that they are in any way related to a traitor legion. They are hardcore persecutors of the enemies of mankind, and were also one of the 20 chapters in charge of guarding the Eye of Terror. Man, these chapters really couldn't catch a break. Former loyalist renegades whose chapter master grew 8 legs while challenging the previous chapter master for control of the chapter. Now they've been reinstated as loyalists and given Primaris reinforcements. One of the closest things to a happy ending in this accursed galaxy.